You're listening to the ESO Network, your station for all things geek.
It's time for the DragonCon Report, your go-to show for both newbies and seasoned pros gearing up for the annual Downtown Atlanta Convention, with interviews, expert advice, and all the latest updates straight from the dragon's mouth and fans themselves. Stay tuned, you might just uncover something unexpected.
Howdy, everyone, and welcome to the 10th episode of the 2025 DragonCon Report. Yes, DragonCon 2025 is over, and I think we've recovered enough to share some thoughts. I'm your host, Mike Gordon, and I'm pleased to introduce you to the rest of our station crew, starting with Jen.
Hello, everybody. How you doing?
And Channing is here as well.
I'm a survivor. I'm not going to give up.
Excellent, excellent. So I guess the first question is, how is everybody feeling? I mean, I know we're about 3 weeks away, 3 weeks past DragonCon, but I don't know. For me, physically, I think this is one of my best ones ever. I didn't get the crud of any kind. I think I was just really exhausted and needed a week or so to recover. But apart from that, I think I felt pretty darn good, which I did not expect going in this year, because I thought this year was going to be another physically another train wreck for me. But what about you guys?
Yeah, I just was tired for 2 days, but not even like tired than the way I have been in the past. First year in 15 years that I did not come back sick with anything, like not even allergies, which is amazing.
That is amazing.
Yeah. So, and unlike the past 2 years where I was typically going back to go to bed before 11, I only went back to the room before 11 once this year. I was out till 2 a.m. most nights. I think one night I was out till 4 a.m. So, yay me at 49 years old.
Good time. I came back with a very mild case of con crud. But again, compared to all the other cases, I think it was over in like a day. But yeah, I was just tired because this was probably my busiest year. And I'm happy to report that I am still married, even though I don't think I came back to the room before 2 a.m. on pretty much any night. Meanwhile,
wow.
my wife was going to bed at like 8 p.m. So so yeah, happy to report we managed to survive that.
Well, that's amazing that the three of us did okay, because I did hear from a lot of friends, a lot of folks out there not so lucky, got the crud,
Yeah.
got the COVID, and I hope that a lot of them are feeling better, because that you get that many people together, and
Right.
you never know what's going to happen.
Exactly.
Now, I've come back with pneumonia before. I've come back with the flu. I came back with COVID 2 years in a row. So, yeah,
Oof.
it's just, we are around, well, not everybody's this way, but a lot of us, we're kind of introverts.
Mhm.
And we tend to, especially as you get older, you tend to stick around like your home group of friends, which maybe 10 people that you see on the norm. And then all of a sudden we're exposed to everyone.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Boom.
I will
Yeah.
say my doctor had me do some new things this year. I think they really helped. Maybe it's superstitious, but I'm going to keep doing them and see if it keeps working, because it was great.
Absolutely. I guess we'll have to, definitely take some notes and then share with everybody later on as we're prepping for next year, what we can do to suggest to people so that
Covixil nasal spray. That's the number. That's the number one thing. My doctor and everyone in her office uses it. But yeah, we'll add it to the list for next year. It's the stuff you put in your nose. You don't like inhale it. You just put it in your nose. And it somehow is supposed to block germs from getting in your nasal hairs and going up. And that's where you get a lot of your illnesses from, is breathing in the particles. I know I saw somebody else on one of the DragonCon boards posted that there's another brand that makes it in a swab. I'm gonna switch to the swab next year. But I mean, yeah, my doctor and everyone in her building there's over 70 people in her building, and she said it's kept all of them from really catching what's going around. So
Okay.
seems to work, or it was a placebo. Either way, it worked great for me.
Exactly.
Now, are you just saying this because you own stock in the company? Anything you need to
No,
disclose?
I'd never even heard of it.
How dare you? I mean, we are, we're not affiliated with anybody. We're not getting, I think it's pretty obvious we're not getting paid by anybody.
Right.
Hey, we've
Much
got
as we'd like to be.
Speaking of, we've got a great idea for a future topic from Nightshade Isis 2 on YouTube. A good idea for Report podcast would be tips for people doing con over 40. Seriously, the changes in your body and mind are very real, and we could all use all the help we can get. Well, I am turning 50 next month, so and yeah, we are all older here, so that is definitely, I think, an episode we can put together.
Yeah. We'll have to add that one to the document. Yes, folks,
And
we are already thinking about topics for next year.
and I didn't even start going to Dragon Con until I was 35, so almost all of my con tips are coming from my body was already turning its back on me. So
Yep, it's an uphill battle for sure. And each year it's even more of a struggle. That's why I was really surprised that this year I came out okay.
This year Mike came and drank with me and Channing.
Right. Yeah, there's a picture of us, all three of us together. It was great.
Yeah.
And you guys got to see the mongoose.
Yeah, the mongoose came out and drank with us too.
Yeah,
we didn't
we're gonna have to get you guys together.
We didn't see Heavy McHeadface though.
He was probably out doing something with Bunny Hutch people.
But still, he's trying to hide his face since he was on our badge ribbons this year.
But that was fun. It was nice to get to see everybody in a social setting. Like I saw Mike after one of his panels 2 years ago. But right. I think this was the first time getting to see Mike out in a social setting. So it was quite nice.
This is I think we mentioned it to a few people that we saw that Thursday night, but that was only the second time that the three of us had ever been together in the same room in the same space.
In person.
Ever.
Yeah.
In person ever.
Yeah.
So but it always feels like you guys are with me all the time.
There you go. And I think
I see y'all's faces every month, so
we're going to get into some stats and obviously our thoughts about Dragon Con. We want to hear from you guys. We know that some of you are watching, and we appreciate you guys. But we'll get rid of some business first. We're a proud member of the ESO Network. On the esonetwork.com page, there's a direct link to our TeePublic store filled with all kinds of cool swag, including a very cool design for the Dragon Con Report podcast. The ESO Network has a Patreon page where supporters can access our exclusive readings of Dragon Con guest announcements, which is probably going to be a minute before we get to any more of those. So we'll try to think of some more content that we can give you in the meantime. So if you got any ideas of what you'd like the three of us to do in relation to Dragon Con that might be outside the norm,
on our Patreon, for the Patreon,
absolutely.
So where we can. I mean, I know I let cuss words slip every now and again, but in our Patreon, we can be a little bit more free flowing.
Be a bit more free spirited, if you will.
Because that's usually when the rum hits me, is by the time we're reading the guest list.
Exactly. Got to get through the bloodstream.
And it doesn't cost much at all to support us on the ESO Network.
No, so you can support us for as little as $1 a month.
That's right. So, and thank you, existing patrons, for all your support. We really do appreciate you. And including to this video stream that you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, the audio version of our show is still available throughout all the usual places. You can access our past episodes over the last, 14 years? Yes.
Woo.
Right?
Season 14.
At DragonConReport.com. And however you access our show, please like, subscribe, and share. We do appreciate you, and that doesn't cost you anything. So, but it means a lot to us. So we appreciate you. You can leave us direct feedback, comment on the show, email us at feedback@dragonconreport.com. You can also reach out to us via Facebook and Instagram. Okay, so we'll start off with some stats. DragonCon this year was up from last year. I don't know if anybody could tell. It went from 72,000 to 75,000 fans. Now, that's that it seems like it went up more than that, more than just 3,000 people, because it felt big again. Not that it didn't last year, but boy, this year it really felt big. A lot of people commented, especially on your post, Jen, on Wednesday, the picture that we're using in the background of all the people gathered together for the countdown.
That's the biggest Wednesday I've ever seen.
It's
Easily.
huge. It's just massive.
Easily, yeah.
And that's
that was a Saturday. And in fact, that was more crowded than Saturday. Now, granted, it's because there's nowhere else to go but the Marriott. I mean, people hang out at the Hilton and the Hyatt as well.
And everybody's there for the countdown.
So we're there for the countdown.
Specific reason.
And we had a con had a special surprise for us this year, which I scolded our buddies over at the DC DJs about, because they didn't tell me, the girl who runs the party group, they didn't tell me that right when the countdown ended this year, they flung open the doors to the atrium ballroom and had a late night party with all of the con DJs doing quick sets of their music.
It was. I was there for it. And like, because I was actually saying, well, midnight, I guess I'll get ready to leave.
That's what we were doing.
And then I hear music. I'm like, wait a minute. And you walk in and it's just this huge party happening. Yeah,
we were doing the same thing, and we saw the doors open, and our group always sets up the DJs, us, the horror track people. We always kind of are all set up in the same area, the spot where there's actually tables in front of the sail bar, the Pulse. And you could see that the doors were open. So, and you heard music, and we're like, what the hell's going on? And as we walk in, I see Drew, DJ Phasm, however you pronounce that, running by me with his setup. And I'm like, what the hell's going on, man? I have to set up. And the music was already going. And like, we went in and danced for a bit. But then 10 minutes later, I looked at my group and I'm like, you know what? If I don't leave right now, because it was already 12:30, I was like, I had to get up at 7:30 the next morning. So I was like, okay, we have to go, because I will be here till the end. And I've learned this lesson. Don't burn myself out on Wednesday night, because I do it all the time, because I'm so happy to be home. So I was good. And we only stayed for 30 minutes at the dance party. But I really hope that that's something that con keeps going, because I think that's, you have all those people in that location, and after the countdown, there's all this energy.
Right.
But then we're like, okay, what do we do? Where does everybody go?
Yeah.
And
in my knowledge, that's the first time they did a true countdown.
No, there's been true countdowns, and
really?
con staff and DCTV have been there, set up filming it. At least the past, since we returned post 20. There's been an official countdown, but that big number countdown thing. So that was actually brought by Mark from MarksterCon, who is the one who posts the Welcome Home Wednesday party event page on Facebook. Gotcha. So he had somebody he knew brought in that countdown screen and got it set up there.
Nice.
It's cool to be in the know, but it's also cool that they can still surprise us.
Yes.
Right. Like that.
But like so that. I was in line to get my attending badge the next day, and I was talking to someone, and I was talking all this crap. Hey, how dare the DJs not tell me when I run the calendar of stuff to do? And Nemesis was 2 people in front of me, and I just hear him. Oh, and I can't remember, it was with one of the other DJs with him. God, I don't remember if it was Justin or not. And they start laughing and then turn around. And we're like, no, we weren't allowed to tell you. The con swore them to secrecy, not to spoil it. And
Right.
Yeah,
so
that is
Yeah.
cool. That is
It was a
cool
nice
that they
surprise.
still have surprises. And I'm guessing that, this is, man, I got a feeling that next year with 40th coming up, that
Yeah.
they're really
I
going
can't
to have
wait.
some special things.
Yeah. Yeah, next year's gonna, and it's the only thing is now I feel like they have to do this every year now because nobody's gonna leave the hotels anymore. They're all just
No,
gonna
they're
wait
all just
on
gonna
that
be
Wednesday night. Yeah.
open the doors.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Boom, 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 boom.
Right. They're gonna start a line. They're gonna start a line. Watch what I tell you.
So, according to the press release,
Oh, hey, Valencia.
attendance was up to 75,000 fans who came from across the globe, representing all 50 states, several foreign countries, and 6 of the 7 continents. Kind of wondering which continent was not represented, but I don't know if we'll ever get the answer to that. But because maybe we could do a survey. I guess we can look at our stats and see what continent is not paying attention or listening to our show or watching
Right.
our show.
I know that Sweden listens.
So, and then on a really great note, this year's Dragon Con raised more than $320,000 for charity, and that all went to the official charity, which was NAMI Georgia, which
Yes.
I think is awesome.
Yes.
And a lot of the tracks had record donation years. According to the Silk Road track, over 5,000 people came to the K-pop dance party Friday night.
Mhm.
And they raised over $850 for NAMI. And then the gaming track allowed them to sell toys and accessories at the Heroes and Villains Ball, which doubled the donation for a total of $1,700 raised.
Mhm.
So pretty amazing stuff there. I don't know
The
the exact
bunny hutch as well. They had a
Oh,
lot
yeah.
of different items that
yes.
Lisa had. A lot of them Lisa
like they
created
were-
herself.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
seems like she was posting like item after item after item, like that they were
Yeah.
going to have available. And that was pretty amazing.
Yeah, and
yeah,
I
Lisa
wasn't.
keeps Hobby Lobby in
Yeah.
business year round.
Yeah, and I wasn't, because I'm always at the tiki party when that's happening, so I wasn't able to make it in. But our good buddy Dave drinks Guinness. I had ran into him earlier, so I gave him some money to give to them at their donation table so that I could get the awesome Bunny Hutch themed dragon that they made,
Mhm.
wearing a bunny suit, and then got a set of their ribbons as well.
Nice. Nice. I don't know what the exact number was, but I know that on the last day of Dragon Con, that Monday, I was in the track room with American Sci-Fi Classics with Gary and Joe, and they announced that they raised more funds for the charity this year than any previous year as well. So I think, Channing, you probably had a little bit to do with that, with the doors locked event that they had was that on Saturday night?
No, that was, I can't remember if that was Friday or Saturday because I'm trying to put that god awful movie out of my head. But yeah, man, it was Leprechaun 5, Leprechaun in the Hood, starring Ice-T. That's a bad movie, but yeah, it was great. We were running short, so the other 2 panelists, they paid their money and left early. So for about 20 minutes, I was by myself and I was just doing a little running commentary during the film, and it was hilarious. It was great. Again, terrible movie, but it was a lot of fun just watching it and riffing on it.
People
Right, here we
actually
go.
had to pay to get
To
out
get
of
out,
the
yeah.
locked room with Channing.
Yes,
Yep.
exactly. Exactly. That is everyone's worst fear.
Oh, yeah, let's see. Jennifer Morris says that the Urban Fantasy Tracks Battle of the Track Show fandoms raised $1,600,
Oh,
Very
that's
nice.
amazing.
and Sarah with the theater group says they raised $500. So,
That's
hey,
amazing.
I mean, whether you watch us or listen to us or not, I just want to say thanks to everyone out there who helps all the various tracks and the con raise money for charity.
Yeah. It is a really cool thing. And, in this day and age when the dollar is so tightly grabbed by everybody, to see
Yeah.
this level of charity being paid out there is just amazing to me.
Yeah.
And
And
speaking of charity, sorry, go ahead, Chetting.
oh no, I was just gonna say, I did a quick look. So Bunny Hut says they raised $6,147
Wow.
for the charity. So good on them.
Absolutely amazing.
Indeed. And way to go, Lisa, just constantly making stuff, because I know how time consuming that is.
Yeah.
But in addition to charity, we know our blood drive always
Yes.
does an excellent job. And this year, a little over 4,000 people also rolled up a sleeve to donate for the annual Robert A. Heinlein's Pay It Forward blood drive, which is consistently ranked as the largest convention-based blood drive, I guess, in the country, or would that be the world? I'm not sure. Organizers said the drive was conducted by and benefits Life South, which serves more than 25 hospitals in the Atlanta area and 125 hospitals in the Southeast. Over 102 volunteers volunteered over 400 hours. They ran out of most sizes of T-shirts, ran out of ribbons, pins, and Nutter Butters temporarily. The blood was split into over 10,000 component units, and they were able to donate the blood supply of over 150 hospitals to cover 8 days. 5% of all attendees of DragonCon donated.
That is amazing.
Yes.
And don't forget, every year, folks, that the DragonCon Connection Roommates and Rides group also partners up with the blood drive, and they hold a contest where if you donate, and I think this year they implemented a QR code you could scan to show that you donated and enter. The winners get their choice out of the host hotels that they are able to partner with for that given year.
Yeah.
So that's something to keep in mind for next year, that
Absolutely.
you could donate and possibly win a host hotel reservation. Not legacy, just a room for that con.
With everybody partying and drinking and all of that stuff, the fact that there was that many people that were able to give blood that weekend is still astounding to me. So that's awesome. That is awesome.
But let's also point out, yes, we talk about drinking at con. There are plenty of people who go to con and don't drink at all.
It's
true.
That's true. Yes, we are drinkers. I know plenty of people who do it completely sober.
Yeah.
I was sober through most of the con. I think the only time I drank was with you guys on Thursday.
Yeah, and props to the line volunteers, because even if they couldn't donate, they still needed volunteers just to entertain people in the line. So they had cosplayers. I think they had a couple of people down there, some comedians telling jokes. I know they were looking for musicians, so I'm sure there were probably singers and all down there, because some of those lines to give blood can get long, so you keep people entertained. So yeah, that was just a good showing by everybody involved.
Indeed.
Now, I believe the app is still active, so you can still rate events that you went to in the app. So please do that, especially if you saw any of the three of us at an event.
5 stars only.
5 stars, and if you liked it, and 5 sarcastic stars if you didn't.
Yes.
That's the way we.
Yeah, you can be honest with me. I really need to know if I suck. So rate me how you honestly saw me.
I was told you can rate through October. So if you haven't, go ahead and jump in.
Yeah. I would do that as soon as possible, because you never know when that's going to be shut down. Also, I think through the newsletter and also online, they had a link to a survey. DragonCon had a link to a survey that they were encouraging people to fill out too, and I think that's still active as well.
Yes.
So you can share your thoughts.
That is despite that survey, because we see so many people talk about their opinions of the music played at parties, or whether something follows a theme. That's the place to do it. Is in those feedback emails that DragonCon sends out.
Absolutely.
In addition to the app under those parties as well, but you know.
And
Your
if there's a
fees-
certain, oh, go ahead. Sorry, I
your
thought you were done.
feedback is going to get much further there than on Facebook posts.
Yeah,
And as a general rule, feedback, when people leave feedback, they tend to leave more negative feedback than positive feedback. But I would strongly encourage people to leave positive feedback as well. Just
Yeah.
because if you like something, let them know, because otherwise they're not sure if anybody
Or
really
especially
likes
like when they make changes, let them know if you like
Yes,
if the change
absolutely.
was made for the better. For
Yeah.
example, the separate entrance for those of us who use disability services to America's Mart.
Right.
This was the second year they did it. I know for people like me with my disabilities, that's a second entrance is very helpful. But I
Mhm.
know for other people, I've seen those who are power chair users or renting scooters that it's more difficult for them.
Right.
So again, that's where you want to let them know if the
And-
changes, and if you have suggestions for something that might
Right.
that they might be able to do to make things better. Use every avenue, all those feedbacks. Use it in the app.
Yes.
Use it in that email.
And
Yeah,
they
somebody in
do
chat
get
said they
read.
look at it.
They
Yeah,
look at it, and this does make a difference. I mean,
Mhm.
I've talked to many track directors who use the feedback on the app to look at what worked and what doesn't work for the following year. So I would definitely, your voice is heard for sure.
Yes. I know at least all the track directors I've talked to have told me they read every single
Yeah.
post and comment that's directed towards their tracks.
Yeah, I've asked track directors for feedback just for the panels that I've been on, and they send it to me, so I know they're looking at it and they got access to it. And just say there's a podcast you'd maybe like to see live at DragonCon. Work that into the comments too. Just gonna throw that out there. Just any old podcast, maybe you want to see live. Anyone, no one in particular. Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna reword the submission for next year.
Well,
I'll make it a little bit more exciting.
Oh yeah.
So maybe
But I want our fans to ask for us too. Let's get that demand going.
Okay, well, if they're gonna demand it, direct it to the digital media track, or possibly American Sci-Fi Classics, because I think we could work something. We could figure out a way to theme it.
See, you're thinking too small. I want us main stage programming.
Oh
okay?
no,
we need
no.
Centennial Ballroom.
Wow. Well, even though the survey results and the ratings on the app are not fully finished yet, I guess they've determined that DragonCon was successful enough that they are going to be back next year.
You don't say.
So
I was worried there for a minute.
DragonCon will return next Labor Day weekend, which is September 3rd through the 7th, to celebrate its 40th anniversary. Which means this is the 40th one, not the don't get mixed up in that whole math thing with the years, because that
Okay,
the
easiest way to do it is when we as people are born, we are born at 0 and don't turn 1 until the following year. But when an event takes place, the inaugural one is number 1.
Yep.
That's why there's 40.
So
Yes.
there will be the 40th DragonCon. I don't have this absolutely 100% confirmed, but I did hear that DragonCon has reserved the space, the hotels, and everything for the next 3 years.
Only
So,
3?
Well,
That
they do it a
seems-
little bit at a time. So
that seems short-sighted.
well, I don't know how much, like, what's involved with that. So maybe at a certain price point they reserve it, and then
But also maybe hotels only will do a contract for so long. So.
Exactly.
Correct. Yeah.
So and speaking of hotels, because
Nice
there is
transition.
going to be another DragonCon. Oh, before we get to hotels, we should mention that 5-day memberships for DragonCon 2026 are available, and they are $125. They went up a little bit in price a couple weeks ago. I think it was actually just a week ago, the 15th, right? So but they're just $125. I'd say just $125 because that is a
deal.
steal, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And as always, folks, those prices will continue to go up. I think we
They
hit
will.
160 before
I
con
believe.
this past summer. So
Yeah.
I would expect that to be about 175
Yes.
by the
Mhm.
time we hit right before con next year. So
And-
as always, the earliest you get it, the better.
Right.
Yeah, the
And
price
as-
is never going down.
That's true. And the earlier you get them, the more like, so by the time, if and when they sell single day passes, they're probably going to be about $100, right? So if you want to make sure that you can go at whatever day you want to, even if you're not going to
Mhm.
do all 5 days, 125
Mhm.
will cover you, so you can go whenever you want. So
Also, don't forget, if you volunteer, as Earth Station Boo is graciously pointing out in our comments, you will pay $20 to volunteer, and after that, in the following
Free.
years, if you keep volunteering, you get to attend con for free. Even if you've already bought your ticket,
mhm.
Mhm.
you will be refunded your ticket price minus that $20 first year fee. And
That's awesome.
volunteering for con is a great way to experience con.
It really is.
Now,
And there's so many
we're
different
not-
jobs to do.
Yeah, we're not volunteers ourselves, but the way that we attend con, we are also putting in time, and well, frankly, we're working, so it's
Right.
but we get to we get to experience con from a different side than normal attendees, and I think it's very much the same with volunteers. And most people I know who volunteer continue to do it year after year.
Yeah.
And there's so many different departments that you can volunteer with.
Absolutely. Yeah, we can't stress enough how much they need volunteers. So, if you're interested in doing that, if you want to participate in any way, that's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to hotels. The host hotel Hunger Games are about to begin, folks. Next month is we've got the dates for the Marriott, which is the 8th of October at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Ritz-Carlton, which is not an official hotel, but it's close enough that
it's an overflow.
It's an overflow. It's considered an overflow, and a few other overflow hotels as well.
Not the few
to be named later.
DragonCon says all overflow.
Okay, those will be going up on the 15th of October at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and last but certainly not least, the Westin will go up on the 28th of October, 10 a.m. Eastern as well. Now, links are going to be posted on the official DragonCon websites.
And they said they'll do it at least a few days before.
Yep. But to keep up, we strongly encourage everybody to check out the Facebook groups, DragonCon Rooms and DragonCon Connection, Rooms, Roommates, and Rides, as well as the Discord channel, right? That's a helpful tool.
There's the Discord channel, the official DragonCon Discord. There is channels for each hotel. They will not. Okay, well, they didn't for the Cortland. I'm not sure. They might not post the booking links in there. Right. But there's also so you have we have the DragonCon Rooms group that Zan started and posts a lot of information there. Our friend Russ works with the DragonCon Connection Rooms, Roommates, and Rides group. They have their Facebook group. They have also started a Discord now. So that's another place you can look. All these groups are going to get these links. All these groups are going to have tips and tricks to help you be successful. Whether that's making sure your payment information is already saved, making sure you have a sign-up account, making sure you have an account with the hotels like Marriott is Bonvoy, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
I guess Westin is Bonvoy now. Is it? Is Westin part of the Marriott group now?
I believe it is.
Yeah.
Because I know at one point the Cortland was when it was still Sheridan, but now it's Wyndham. And now it's Wyndham. Yeah.
Westin's part of it.
Ritz might also be Bonvoy. Either way, hey, it's always good to, if you're staying in a hotel, sign up for their rewards things. It's always beneficial because you can be signed in and ready to go. Earth Station Boo wants a reminder of those dates.
Yeah,
for the
posted.
hotels.
Yeah.
Marriott, October 8th. Ritz-Carlton, as well as all the other overflow hotels, according to DragonCon. They made a post a few days ago. Those are all opening on 10/15. The Westin will be on October 28th.
Correct.
All
And
of these are going to be at 10 a.m. Eastern. So if you're in a different time zone like me, do your math.
Yep.
Right.
And yeah, we posted those on all our social medias as well. And DragonCon has posted it on their social medias. So the dates are out there. And if there's any changes, we will try to let you know through our social medias as well. And as soon as we get that information.
And we can also say, yes, DragonCon says they're going to have their hotels page updated. Just want to throw it out there. The members of those rooms, those different rooms groups, are some great sleuths, and sometimes you're going to have that information first.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
absolutely. And some people were asking about the legacy hotels, the hotels that are not mentioned, such as the Hyatt, the Hilton, and the Cortland Grand, aforementioned. Jen, you know a little bit more about the legacy hotels than I do, as far as why they don't have specific dates announced just yet.
Well, yeah. So especially for all of our newbies, legacy means that these people way back when were able to get these rooms at some of the host hotels, and those hotels just roll over their bookings every year.
Yeah.
There's a limited amount of legacies at each hotel, and they rarely go up. Occasionally, you will find somebody in the hotels group who's maybe giving up their legacy room for just a year because they can't make it. Very rarely are you going to find somebody who is just not returning and giving up. There's people I know who have willed it to their kids. So now, that isn't to say that the our legacy hotels are Marriott. No, they're not Marriott. Bad con goer is Hilton and the Hyatt. And that doesn't mean they won't have some open blocks of rooms. If they are going to have any openings, DragonCon's page is typically going to be the first person to find it. And this is con rate rooms that we're talking about here, because you'll always find rack rate rooms, which, are like $600 or more a night during con time. But if they're going to open up blocks, the con official page will be the best place to find out about that. It'll be a limited amount of rooms. And I have only seen new legacy rooms announced by the con go up once from each hotel. And it was only about 10 rooms available for each hotel. So that's, I think, only happens if the hotel agrees to make their legacy block larger.
Right.
And some people that stay at the Cortland, we kind of say that we have a legacy. Not really. The way Cortland books is, we are hopefully given the link on Monday of con. Something happens every year, though. Sometimes we're supposed to be texted it. Sometimes we're supposed to be emailed it. But basically, we book while we're at con. And somehow, somebody staying there is posting that link publicly every year before those of us who are currently staying there can rebook, which is annoying. Because why? Like,
everybody's trying to get an edge.
I know, but everyone, like, we're all there. There's a reason we stay at the Cortland.
Jim's about to rage.
We want a quiet hotel,
right?
And I have to use a cane sometimes. I need to just be able to walk straight to the Hilton and back and get on elevators. But also, people who consider staying at the Cortland, hey, they're going to have room blocks go up as well.
Yeah.
And the main reason is because we pay the full price a year in advance, which is a heck of a commitment.
Yeah.
And our charges are they're supposed to go through on the 30th this year. Sometimes we pay it while we're still at con. Sometimes it's a week later. Sometimes it's happened. Last year, it didn't happen until January and February, which was very weird. Theoretically, we're supposed to be charged on the 30th this year, which means probably the first or second week in October, they're going to have a batch of rooms go open for the people whose credit cards don't go through. So,
Yeah, so it's and look, as Dragon Con increases their attendance, which they've been doing for the last few
no,
years,
they said they're staying at 75 for next year.
as but the point is that there's more people that have been going there for the last few years, so it's going to get crazy to try to get these hotel spots. It's a very stressful thing. I understand completely. It's one of the worst things that I experienced through the con, but don't freak out and don't worry if you miss all these dates or you don't get a room on these dates and you try, because there are other options, and we've talked about it before.
And we'll talk about it again in a later episode.
We will.
Exactly.
We will.
But
they
don't call it the Hunger Games because it's easy.
Yes, Dragon Con rooms and Dragon Con Connection. Those Facebook groups they also serve as support groups for people who are freaking out about not getting a room when they first go up. So that's a great service that they provide as well. So to everybody trying to get a hotel room for next year, again, we say, may the odds be ever in your favor, and please let me have one. That's all I ask.
Right.
Just make room so I can get one. So,
and to those of you looking for support, all I can say is, hi, my name is Channing, and I've been trying to get a legacy room for 5 years now.
Sorry. Okay.
Hey, hi, my name is Jen. I left the Hilton and moved to the Westin 2 months before they decided to go to Legacy.
Ooh, ouch.
So, and then I left the Westin for the Cortland. So,
and then got a Legacy.
But with that, let's take a quick break, and we will come back and chat a bit about our con experiences.
Absolutely. Three, two, and we're back. And enough about Dragon Con 2026. That's happening next year, which, we're going to help you prepare for that as well. But we have to talk about Dragon Con 2025. I don't know how.
Do we?
We do. Absolutely. That's why we do this show.
Right.
That's
it is what we advertised.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, we are the Dragon Con Report, but we're also the Dragon Con Review show as well. So once again, Dragon Con 2025 was amazing for me. One of my best shows ever, in terms of everything, really. Sales, in terms of meeting people, in terms of experience and things. I got to check off a few things that I've never done before, so we'll get into all of that. But overall, Jen, what was your experience like this year?
It was busy, which is, how I preferred it. As I mentioned earlier, I stayed up late a lot. That was wild. What do you mean I broke my ankle? I didn't break my ankle. Sorry. Dave is chiming in. I popped my ankle because I was in 3-inch wedge heels in my tiki outfit. Yeah. So I left the 120 minutes party a little bit early. That's Thursday is actually the night I was back in the hotel room before midnight. Because I popped my ankle. Yeah.
I did go to the 120 minutes party. But I'd heard that you had just left a few minutes before I arrived.
Yeah, well, they ran out of water inside the room. Ooh. And I was too impatient to wait for them to find somebody to fill. I needed water.
Sure.
Because I drink rum and tiki drinks and stuff, but at some point I'm going to hit a wall and I just want water. Right. So I went and was looking around on the main floor and couldn't find any water. And then I got a little panicky. My anxiety started acting up because it's I'm not going to be able to get any water. And then I popped my ankle, so my husband walked me back to the hotel. But
oh no.
But other than that, yeah, I had I saw some great music. I'm spacing out on his name. Oh, what was the band I talked about being so excited to see? Blair Crimmins.
Mm-hmm.
I got to catch their midnight show, and I was so worried I wouldn't be able to, stay up that late. But no, I made it till the end, and was screaming along to almost every song, and they blew my mind. Like, they played Psycho Killer, but in a like vaudeville swing type of way, and then
Oh,
they did
nice.
David Bowie, and so it's like one of my favorite bands playing some of my other favorite bands' music.
Nice.
So it reminded me, it really reminded me why it was moments like this, that which, is it's not nerdy like in a con specific, I'm a sci-fi comic book type of way, but it's nerdy for me because that's the type of music I played with my band. I've been a radio DJ for, this will be my 20th year on the air. That's
Wow.
the type of music I play on my radio show. And it's a commercial radio station, so it's a big deal to me to be able to play music with like a stand-up bass and stuff like that for people to still hear. It reminded me why I still have my show and why I still do that. And I don't let the people in the scene like bring me down, because every
Right.
scene has its people.
Yeah.
So it was, and I bought so many bands CDs and records at con. I came home with 12 CDs.
But
And
it seemed like there
usually
were
I
more
come
performers this year.
No,
Is
it's
that
always the same. It's always the same amount,
it seems
ish.
like, man, it just seemed like there were more this year.
You
But
might have just noticed the schedule
maybe.
more.
Yeah.
But like I got to catch one of Curtis Eller's sets. That was great. Our friends the Killbillies were back again.
Mhm.
I got to chat with them a bit. And yeah, this was very much a music year for me.
Very nice.
So that was great. I got some really good interviews in.
And you've been posting those. People
Yep.
need to check out the ESO Network page to see her interviews. She's posted 2 of them. Is that correct?
Yeah,
so far?
2 so far. There's 2 more coming that my press mate Courtney did. And of course I'll have my individual write-up and panel recap coming as well. But I took it, well, I think I made it in 6 costumes this year.
Okay.
We went to the aquarium. We typically go like every couple of years. The aquarium was great again. VIP, totally worth it again. Food was great. I was stalking all the little hors d'oeuvres trays that kept coming through the crowd, and kept getting irritated when it would all end up being grilled cheese sandwiches. But there was other food. It was just, the people on the trays. I kept catching them when they had the grilled cheese. So I was like, but the aquarium, especially, we haven't been in about 4 years. This year, they've remodeled a bunch. There was a lot of new exhibits, and we got to see this spot. There was a spot where you went upstairs, and then you got to see the top of that giant tank. That
Oh,
giant
nice.
tank, where you see, like, you always see the photos, or if you go there in person, where there's like a seating area, and it's just this big wall, and you can see all the fish. We got to see the top of that. It was the size of a football field. And I've never gotten to see that side of the aquarium before. So it was very cool. I'd say at least half of the exhibits were new that we hadn't seen before, which was, I think 4 years is the way to do that. It seems like there'll be new stuff. So yeah, that was pretty amazing.
Yeah.
I've got some good shopping in, good panels with fellow good panelists. Mike and I got to see, well, a lot of the other people do. We got to see a preview of next year's Hawaiian shirt. for the
Yes.
40th anniversary of Dragon Con.
Well, actually, I think almost anybody can see that.
Well,
right?
yeah, you can go to yeah. He posted it on his Instagram. So Derek Yaniger has designed the previous Hawaiian shirts. He's already posted. I think he posted it before con.
I think
Actually,
he did too.
yeah. But it's beautiful as always.
Knowing Derek, he probably just didn't realize it wasn't this year.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And
there's a
Derek's
little.
one of the people I got to interview this year.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
which people think it's funny when I interview people I know or the people I'm friends with, and I'm like, yeah, but when in a friendly situation, I'm not bugging them about, hey, what's it like? Tell me your history, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, we're just hanging out. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's nice to be able to turn
You
it
get to-
turn it to the other side.
Get to learn about some people too, some stuff you don't know that wouldn't come up
Yeah.
in normal conversation. So yeah, absolutely. And we'll get into some more specifics about, some other categories, but overall, Channing, what about you? How was your experience this year?
It was like y'all, it was busy. I kid you not, I was basically scheduled to be in 12 different things. So panels, 2 photo shoots I participated in, and then like 10 panels. So I was busy. I don't know if I will ever allow myself to be that busy again next year, but it was a good busy. I was on, serious panels talking about, getting into streaming and how not to let perfect be the enemy of good. But then I jumped over and I was on a panel where we discussed who would win in a Muppet fight. We had a Muppet fight tournament bracket. So it was nice to get those 2 extremes. And then I did not get to make it to America's Mart, but thanks to my loving wife, I had this great Dragon Con souvenir. This was the 10th year for our photo shoot. So she actually, I'm an old school wrestling fan, so she actually had me a title belt made.
And what vendor made that?
That is amazing.
I will have to ask her. She actually went through another friend of ours who had one made, and did a nice little. So that's the Atlanta skyline. My daughter actually drew that, and then they got it transferred onto a belt for me. There may or may not be.
Sweet.
Oh yeah, it is nice. And
Wait,
let me
you
tell you
should
something.
definitely find out the vendor so we can put them in our show notes later.
Oh yes, I will definitely do
absolutely.
that. So yeah, that was definitely a highlight. This is the only big swag that I managed to get because again I was so busy. I never made it to the vendor hall, unfortunately.
It is something that you have to plan for.
Yes,
really. And now more than ever, with as many people that go to con, it can be quite daunting to see the line for America's Mart, and I did hear some horror stories of people waiting over 2 hours in some cases. I think generally speaking, even though it was long, it moved.
Right.
But I think there were some instances where it didn't move as fast as others. So there was on the heaviest days like Saturday and Sunday, it was going to take a while to get there. So you have to plan accordingly. If that's what you want to do is go to the vendor hall, then plan your day accordingly. But if you just want to like pop in, then Saturday's not the day for that. But
no.
Yeah, Monday or even Friday, I think, is a better day because I don't think there was that much of a wait Friday.
Don't go during the parade. It used to be we could go during the parade and it was great because that's when I used to go. Everyone now goes during the parade. But no, I fell prey to FOMO this year in the vendor hall.
Really?
Yeah, so I don't have it yet, but I got some custom teeth made by Horror-Smith Jack, the Fangsmith, who's there every year. So I'm waiting on those. I got some large carved wood tiki pieces from Great Scott Designs. Those are actually arriving in the mail tomorrow. And I fell prey to these damn skull candy dolls. Oh my gosh. Okay, so these are not Labubus.
I
just want to point that out. Oh, there we go. These are not Labubus. they're just eerie looking dolls.
Those are eerie looking.
And they hang this brown one has a cat skull crossbones as eyeballs. And they clip to your purse. Yes, I'm almost 50, but I had to buy them. And
Wow.
I've already bought another one that's arriving. Damn it.
I mean, some of the shopping you have to do afterwards, right? I mean, because of my schedule and because I'm in the vendor hall with my table all like through, most of the days, I don't get the chance to go down and shop. And sometimes I forget completely, and it's just one of those things. So one of the items that I noticed prior to the con that was going to be available that I was like, oh, I definitely want to make sure that I go down and check these out. I didn't get a chance to during the con, but fortunately they had them still available, a few available online that you could get after con. And that is one of these adorable carpet dragons.
Oh, yes.
And that was
that everybody thought that we were making on our Instagram when you posted
because
it.
I reposted it. They're from Midnight Fury Designs, I believe is let me make sure I get that right because I don't want to mess that up. The Midnight Fury Designs, and I think they did a last call for these, I think a week or so ago, so they may be still available. You have to private message them, but these things are not only adorable because they're adorable. I don't have to say that they're adorable because they are, but they're soft and cuddly. So if you can still get one. And they also have cats too. They also have
they have
those
long cats.
Long pillow cats.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, those long pillow cats. So and since we're showing swag and we talked so much about it prior to con, I have to point out
mug
that we got
you got the mug.
We got the mug.
Yep,
Excellent designed.
Oh my god! Did you see how many tiki mugs I came home with this year?
So yeah, this is the official tiki mug, designed by our good friend Jonathan, and it's got the horror and clay stamp on the bottom, and
we did get a little bit of scoop during our Future of Tiki panel that this might be the first of many mugs.
I have tried to find out if how well these sold at con, but I have not got any official numbers or if they're still available. I do know that the Dragon Con store, merchandise store, is open now. They have reopened it after con.
Yes.
And this is not one of the items that you can buy online.
I can ask.
Yeah. There was
a
high level of excitement for it.
If they were still available, they would be on the website.
That's what I was thinking too. So now Jonathan did say to me that he has a few that he might put up, but those are probably going to go really fast to collectors. But we will keep you posted. If we hear that they are available, either officially or unofficially, we will try to keep you posted as to whether or not you can get one of these. But they are not only very cool looking, but they are practical. Like the hand fits really comfortably here. So it doesn't feel like it's going to slip out of your hands and I saw people drinking out of this on Thursday when we went to the tiki party. So there were people using this. So it is a useful mug, not just a pretty mug.
And do not fall prey for the person trying to sell it for $200 on eBay.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah,
the same person while we were at con posted it for $499.
Yeah,
they have now dropped it to $199.
Yeah, I would say that right now it's not.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, that's probably not a great investment right now. But
let's see if any have sold.
But they are a thing. So and hopefully because they did so well sales wise, they will become an annual thing. So we'll see see what happens for next year. We'll keep you posted as far as that goes.
Okay.
As well.
No, he was not able to sell it by gouging people. Good.
So that was really cool. That was that's probably the most swag I've purchased in a while as far as that goes, as far as Dragon Con.
Did you see the mugs that Justin had with him?
I did. I know that he had some mugs and some swizzle sticks, and I meant to go get some on the last day, but either he was out or I forgot or something. But yeah, he had some he had some stuff that, because he he works with Don the Beachcomber, and he has mugs and items from there. So
yeah, I got his
and that's some pretty cool stuff.
I got his Don's head mug, and then they had one from Tiki Talks as well that had a bob on it, so I got that one, and 6 swizzle sticks.
Yeah.
And then Jonathan, back to Horror and Clay, had 2 new colorways of their Space Kitty zombie glass. I call them zombie glasses. I think some people call them Collins glasses. But these this year were blacklight reactive, so of course I bought those as well. I've bought every year he's had those, so I think this makes my 10th. These are now my 10th Space Kitty glasses.
Yeah, it was nice to see him in the vending hall. He hasn't been in the vending hall in years, so it was really nice to see him back.
He was the first person I bought one of my new tiki mugs for. Like, I've collected vintage for a while, but it was either my first or second year at Dragon Con. He had his Cthulhu mug.
Yep.
So that was the first brand new modern tiki mug I ever bought. So
yeah, I should give a warning to people who want to buy this mug. Not this particular one, because it's not for sale. Damn you! But for anybody who buys a tiki mug in general, it starts with 1, but then before you know it becomes
you have 150. And then you turn a formal dining room into a tiki bar in your house.
It's not a hobby; it's an obsession.
It becomes it is the gateway mug, if you will.
This is why my wife will not let me buy a tiki mug.
So that's some pretty cool swag that we all got, for sure.
And of course, I got the official dragon. That's upstairs. I'm not going to get it. Ozzy Smogborn.
Yes. I haven't named
name.
my dragon yet. I'm not sure.
No, the official con dragon. That's what the name that won.
Yeah, I should point out that this is not official, but it's
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we should also point out again, because I've seen a lot of people. Our social media posts, especially Instagram, really took off in the past 2 months. It's almost been a little overwhelming for Mike.
You guys are amazing.
But I just want to, for new people who've discovered us, or maybe people have forgotten, we say it at the top of every show, but just to remind you, we are not an official Dragon Con show. So we're not Dragon Con TV. That's a separate thing. The Late Show, all of them, that's a separate thing. We are a fan cast who just lucked out in that we haven't pissed anybody off too badly at con. We have a lot of friends who volunteer, who are track leaders, and who are higher up staff at con. And we've been very lucky in what we've been able to accomplish in the 14 seasons this show has been on the air. And very lucky that the con lets some of us attend as media and some of us attend as attending pros, and that we can make announcements and stuff.
And we
put it another way. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Jenny.
No, I was gonna say, to put it another way, we're not official. We're just really good at what we do.
and we're really obsessed is what it comes down to.
I mean, I think I've said it before, but especially in relation to this conversation, started Dragon Con Report more than 14 years ago, because it was part of, it used to be, before it was its own podcast, it was part of the Air Station 1 podcast. And it was basically because I love Dragon Con so much. I started this because I love Dragon Con so much. And it was my way of sort of giving back to a convention that I love, giving back to the community that I love so much, the home, that my tribe gathers together in, and that's where this podcast comes from. It comes out of love and admiration for this con that we love. Now, that doesn't mean that. Does that mean that we won't be critical at times? Heck, we will. We sure will. But for the most part, we do it because we love it. Not because anybody is paying us or because we have any sort of gain from this. I mean, I certainly never expected to anything out of this, but because we're reporting on it, we do get, so we do have access to media badges. Some of us have been lucky enough because we work at other things outside of con to be a named guest at con. So, and we get to participate in panels because we love to present things to you in that way. So, yeah, it's not like it's a quid pro quo thing or anything like that. I am extremely fortunate. I feel extremely fortunate that with all of this that we do, that Dragon Con allows us to do this. Because one word from them and their lawyers and we would be shut down, maybe, possibly, or we'd have to rethink things, and that they've been so nice to us about things. So and I'm very fortunate. I don't take it for granted that I get to participate in what I consider my favorite event of the year. So
well said.
So that said, let's talk about something that is integral to Dragon Con and has been since I've been going for over 30 years, which is the cosplay. Now, the cosplay game, of course, as always, was incredible this year. But I was very surprised this year because to me, you guys, your opinions may vary, and your experience may vary, but to me, far and away, the most popular costume. Like there were 75,000 people there, according to the stats. I'd say about a fourth of them were dressed in berets and baguettes. They were everywhere. And I didn't get the reference.
It's a game.
Apparently it's from a game called Clair Obscur, which I guess, obscure to me. Expedition 33, some sort of character in a game or something. I still don't pretend that I understand exactly what it is, but my God, they were everywhere. And it was cool because it was one of those things that happens at Dragon Con because it was not an effort by a marketing team or anything like that. This was just grassroots because a lot of people love this game, and B, I think the costume is pretty easy. You just need a striped shirt, a beret, and a baguette, and you're there, right? Yeah. You're part of the group.
Yeah, it was a perfect combination. I saw it the first day, and I had to go back through my video gaming lore to try to remember. And yeah, it was great. And I think they had a photo shoot because I was by the back steps of the Hilton, and I think I saw like 100 of them coming at me. So yeah, props to them. You guys, you made a big impact this year.
Every day, everywhere you went, you saw at least like one in a group of 5 people. Like I saw every 1 in 5 persons was dressed up as in that outfit, and that was pretty amazing. I mean, usually when I can't recognize an outfit, I always joke that it must be an anime thing because I don't that's one of my weak links when it comes to spotting cosplay characters. But in this case, it was a video game reference that was just pretty. Yeah. Man, and then second only to that, on Thursday, I saw more bunnies and wrestling costumes than I think I've ever seen in a whole weekend.
Well, to be fair, you came out on Thursday, so that might why you saw more of it.
Yeah. Well, and remember, Thursday is Bunny Hutch and DCW wrestling.
True, but but I mean, my point is that both of them are bigger than I think they've ever been. Because I don't recall, they used to have a wrestling cosplay during the DCW event, but I think that it's just even more and more this year. Like I just saw like more wrestling costumes than I've, and most of it. Sorry, other promotions, but most 99.9% of it was WWE. I didn't see many of the other promotions represented. I know there were a few, but still, that was. And in some cases, I think I saw a couple of bunny wrestlers
Yes,
So
yes. Saw some great mashups. I love cosplay mashups, and Bunny Hutch provides that because you will be amazed what people will combine a Playboy Bunny with.
yeah.
There were male Playboy Bunny Starbucks baristas, about 6 or 7 of them. It is another cosplay I would only attempt if I could gain about 20 pounds of muscle and 6-pack abs. Then I would consider doing it. Um, there was another young lady. She was a bunny, and she was sitting on top of, well, probably about a 5 or 6 foot tall 3-layer cake. And it was just amazing. And she was outside the party because honestly, I don't even know if the thing would have fit inside the doors because it was huge. Um,
Some
yeah,
of them
yeah,
are
there was
pretty
definitely
amazing.
some. Oh yeah, yeah,
As
yeah.
far as
There was some good ones.
how people can move in them.
Yes, yeah,
I
yeah.
ran across a Wallet and Gromit cosplay. It was
Mm-hmm.
actually Wallace and his girlfriend, and they were huge. Like I was like, they were amazing. When I walked into the Hyatt, they were right there in the lobby. But I don't know how they were able to move in those outfits. But
Right.
they looked amazing, like the claymation figures on a huge scale. Like they were 7 or 8 feet tall. It looked like, and they were just amazing. So that was. I was so amazed by them. I actually told them, and this was on Friday. So, but I said, you guys have won the con in my book because that was just an amazing costume. But there
Yeah.
was several others, and I don't go out as much during the evening, so I don't probably see as much as say maybe you guys do. But uh, yeah, any great ones? Any sort of deep cut cosplay
Well,
that you saw that were just like, oh my god, I can't believe that.
I don't know if I'd say deep cut, and you might have brought this up when I went to go hush the dogs. I was very impressed with the amount of dungeon crawler Carl costumes.
Mm-hmm.
Ah,
Because that's a book series.
yeah,
So you're not. It's not like there's like comic book media or movies or something that people can come up with these costumes from. Uh,
Yeah.
so I thought that was really cool to see, and the author was there as well, and he went and jumped in on the group photo shoot. I also really liked there was a group, the girls who did the Miss Congeniality state
Yes.
pageant girls.
Yes.
So they're
Yes.
all, I know one of them, and she said they all have a private chat where they discuss costumes and all that one year. So it was an idea they came up with, and then they pulled it off. They did all 50
Yeah.
states.
wow, that's
Yeah.
amazing. All 50.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah. And as somebody who knows how difficult group cosplays are to pull
Yeah.
off, all the props to them.
Yeah.
For that many people. And I didn't get a chance to get any pictures, but I saw them and they were great.
Yeah, there's a lot of video clips on
Yeah.
Instagram and TikTok about it. It's pretty great.
Yeah.
I did not see them. I think the most obscure, like deep cut cosplay that I saw was, and I didn't even see it in person. It was only pictures afterwards. But it had to be the sponge monkey creatures from the old Quiznos ads.
Oh my god,
Oh
no,
yes.
the gerbils.
Yes. We love
Yeah,
these
they're called the sponge
sponges.
monkeys.
I
Oh, they
call
are.
them gerbils.
Well, they're sponge monkeys. And yeah, so that was pretty amazing. If I had seen them in person, I totally
Oh,
would
look,
think. And that is
we've
something.
got a Miss Tennessee watching
That is
right there.
nice.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Well,
All
Yeah,
right.
awesome.
great job, Miss
Yes.
Tennessee.
Absolutely.
Yes.
But the thing I love about deep cut cosplay is that there's something that that happens. It happens at other cons, but not on the level that I think it does at Dragon Con. And it's one of the things
Right.
I love most about Dragon Con because how it's so cool because this person puts a lot of work into something that's probably a lot of, like most people are not going to get, right?
Right.
But then they get that moment where someone looks at them and goes,
And
"Oh my
recognize it.
God. Oh my God. I get that. I love that. I can't believe you did that." And their face is glowing, if you can see it underneath the mask and the makeup and such. But they're
Correct.
like amazed because they're like, somebody recognizes, and they have like a connection that is only made, I think, at Dragon Con. I mean,
Correct.
certainly I think it happens to some extent at other cons, but not to the level that it does at Dragon Con.
Indeed.
Yes.
So
Yeah. So I know one of my favorites. I wouldn't say it's a deep cut, but I love the old Starship Troopers movie.
mhm.
And somebody at Bunny Hutch did a Starship Troopers
Oh, the
Hef
one
and Bunny.
she had the screen around her,
Yep.
right? Like,
Yep.
do you want to know more, or would you like to
Yep.
know whatever that line is? Would you like to
Yeah.
know
Yeah. That
more?
was her.
Yeah, the recruitment.
And there was also for anybody who's seen Pee Wee's Big Adventure, there was a large Marge
Oh, she's the
randomly
same.
rolling around the
No,
con.
that's the same costumer who oh, what's that band? Oh, she was doing the old man from we keep seeing it in memes. I gotta look it up on my Instagram now. The old gray-haired guy with the heavy metal band.
Oh, right.
And people post a meme about like how I feel when I've stayed up for 3 days. And it's him on the microphone. So I ran into her, and she was in front of the Monk's Mead dragon. So
Okay.
Wait. So the old man rocker was a crossplay? That was a woman?
it was a woman. Okay, so
Wow.
it's Bobby. The character is Bobby. The person is Bobby from the band Pentagram. The
Okay.
cosplayer who did it is Goddess of Thunder Leah or Lee. So she did Bobby one day, and she had the microphone stand with a little fan clipped to it, so it would make
Oh,
her hair
nice.
blow. But she's the same person who did Large Marge.
Oh, that is
Wow.
amazing.
So she made the 18-wheeler and the mask and everything, and she had Pee Wee sitting in the passenger seat with her.
Right.
I think either that or it was her friend. But maybe it's. I think
But
it was her.
still.
It's either her or her friend.
Yeah.
No, it was her. Yeah. So yeah, amazing. I mean, I now follow her on Instagram. Just somebody. Those were two of my favorite costumes. Her pentagram costume, like, I lost it when I saw her.
I can still hear the excitement in your voice.
I know, me too. That's awesome.
Yeah.
How did the group cosplays go, Channing, for the Black Geeks? Because man, I saw it. Man, it seems like those are getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah, it's one of those things you almost want to worry if it's getting a little too big, but yeah, it was great. We had a little extra time this year. We're gonna have to use some AI to get the official counts, but I know in years past we had about 350, and I know we had to have more than that. Just when we broke it up into men and women, the women alone filled the steps.
Wow.
Yeah, so this is everybody, and you see we've got people kind of hanging off the side and everything. Over my shoulder, whoops, other finger. That's she did Elphaba and Glinda
Oh, I saw her out on the
from
floor.
Wicked, yeah, as
Yeah.
half and half, and it was
I did see
gorgeous.
pictures of her. Yeah.
Yeah. She did a really great job on that. I also took part in the G.I. Joe photo shoot because I'm still just a huge child. And again, it's just a fun group of people. Some of them, you got their regulars, but we're out there. They paid tribute to a couple of people who weren't there who could make it. So yeah, always good to see my fellow Joes out there. I'm not a member of the finest, but I love the work that they do. And again, big kid fan of the show. Will forever be a fan of the show.
Yeah. And I was unfortunately not able to join the Ropers this year because I was on a panel at the same time. But of course, plenty of my friends did. D is in the comments watching, and the last head count I saw And this is not counting just the people who made the group photo, but also counting the people who took part in parading around the hotels, was that there was 450 people involved with the ropers this year.
Wow.
That's a lot of ropers.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes. I feel like the ropers shoot is going to become a major part of Dragon Con
I
going
feel
forward.
like they're going to have to be moved to
Yeah.
the bigger set of steps.
Yeah.
Now I want to see. Now I just want to see a crossover between the French baguette and the ropers.
You know, there might have been one. There was Darth ropers. There was, of course, Deadpool ropers, and there's more and more mashup ropers every year.
Yes.
So, like, my idea, like, you know, and hopefully I won't have a panel at the same time. I want to be Barf Roper. So I want to mash up Spaceballs
Yeah,
and Mrs. Roper. Yeah.
Okay, that's gonna be a good one. Oh, and I have to give a shout out. Renee Cooper, animation track director. And I gotta remember who she worked with. She had a spot on Riri Williams' Ironheart armor cosplay. Like
Nice.
it was just I can't do it justice just by describing it. You could tell that a lot of work was put into it, and she got the most out of it that weekend, because I swear I saw her in it like every day almost. It was just amazing. It looked like I almost wonder if she went to the set and just stole the practical effect armor that they had from the show.
I think that was filmed. Most of that stuff is filmed in Atlanta, right? So maybe.
Hey, maybe she knew somebody who knew somebody. Yeah.
The level of detail and passion that people put into their costumes at Dragon Con still impresses me every year. From and just the fun element of it too. I mean, and like I said, I saw some people doing some cosplay from the old Twilight Zone series from the 60s, and I saw I'm a big Python fan, and it seems like every night I saw Python characters. Now I don't know if it was the same 4 people that would dress as different Python characters every night, but I tell you what, the guys that were dressed up as the French guardsmen on the tower that were on the balcony,
and I think this is their
golf bar
second or third year to do that as well.
Taunting everybody was so fun. I got some video of that because it was just so crazy fun.
Yes, yeah, I remember that one too.
So again, great costumes. Anything, as we're getting ready to wrap up here, anything that you did for the first time at Dragon Con? One of the things that I checked a box off, I've never done it before. I went to the secret food court, which is not so secret anymore.
Right.
But I did go to the secret food court.
Did you eat it at the Skonuts place?
I did not.
That's the reason to go to the secret food
you could
court.
you could say that I chose poorly, because when I got there, because I went to a burger place. I don't really think I want to name the burger place, because the burgers weren't bad when I finally got them, but I will say that it took over, we'll say 40 minutes to get my food.
Yeah, okay.
They were taking orders way faster than they could fill them. So there was a lot of us just waiting around for, I mean, I don't know how long some people were waiting. I think mine got there around 40-45 minute mark. That's a long time to spend waiting on food. And I can't, and it was, I was so hungry that, of course, it was like one of the best burgers I've ever had, but that's only because I've been waiting so long for it to eat.
Right.
I mean, it was okay, but I don't, and I'm not blaming the entire secret food court for that experience, but I doubt I will be going back to that establishment until they can prove that they can turn around things a little bit quicker than that, or at least stop taking orders, because it's just insane to have 30 people around waiting for their food for a long time. So.
You should go to the Skonuts place. I got an amazing vegetarian breakfast sandwich from them. But the thing I did for the first time this year was I finally ate at Gus's Fried Chicken.
Really?
Wow. I thought you'd done that before.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
Wow.
I have never gone.
Good for you.
I'm
I
gonna
hope it was
eat.
good. I hope it was
I'm
worth
gonna
the wait.
eat. I'm gonna eat there every year now.
It's some good eating.
Everything. I mean,
How long was that wait?
No, we were sat quickly,
Oh,
even
nice.
though they were packed. Like they were just sitting people left and right. They were.
I
I
noticed
don't.
they had overflow seating across the hall.
Somebody's phone's ringing or something in the background. I hear something. Um, the service was great. We got our food within 10 minutes of ordering it. I could taste the spice all the way through the meat, not just in
Yes.
the breading. It was some of the best mac and cheese I've ever had in my life.
Nice.
Yeah, so and apparently we have one here in San Antonio.
Oh.
So we're gonna go judge it.
Mhm.
'Cause
It's
there's
some good food.
there's no way it is as good as the Atlanta one. I'm just telling you now. There's no
Yeah.
way.
I don't think the chain originated from Atlanta, but yeah, it is something that I think everybody needs to
No,
try.
I used to always joke around and be like world famous. Ha ha ha, sure.
Mhm.
Nope, that's some famous chicken.
Yeah.
Lived up to the hype.
They deserve that moniker.
Yes. 100%.
And I sent Courtney to it 2 days later, and same thing. She was blown away. So
Nice. Tanning, anything that you did for the first time?
Nothing major. I hosted 2 game shows for the first time, which is
Oh,
what 2 of
okay.
my panels were. So I say one of them, I say game shows. One of them was a totally legally distinct property from Hot Ones. We had Inferno interviews. So it was just me interviewing on the diversity track, interviewing people while they ate spicy wings. Totally not a ripoff of Hot Wings at all. But then we also had Name That Cartoon, which was just hilarious. Yeah, we got about 3 or 4 geeks. We were on the animation track, and I would just play, the first few seconds of a song and see if they could catch what it was from. Then we play it and do a sing along, and you would be amazed. There were some people who were picking it up after the first 2 notes. Others it took a little bit longer. I blew a couple of them away, but so that was a lot of fun. I thought this was going to be my year to do some media, but I didn't get signed up in time. But I think next year I'm probably going to look into to doing that.
Nice.
But yeah, this was just my busiest year by far, so I got to do a little bit better planning next
well,
year.
gee, I don't know whose media team you could be a part of.
Oh, I know. I know. I'm aware. I know.
I don't know. The boss of that could be a harsh mistress, I hear. So
You are expected to actually do your damn job.
So you look out for that.
Yeah.
This is great, and I'm sure we could talk even more for this. But for folks that are used to previous seasons where we do our last show at the review and then we take the next 3 months off, well, those days are long gone.
Nope, we're doing a repeat of last year.
We are going to be producing 12 episodes this season, just like we did last season, and so we will be back next month with a topic. So
what are we going to be talking about, guys? Something a bunch of people are familiar with.
Yes, we are gonna get deep into some serious cult activity.
Exactly.
So we can't wait to talk to everybody and their experience with the cults of Dragon Con. Cults plural. There
are so many.
There's so many now. Just listing them all will probably take the entire duration of the show, but we'll try to put some life into it too. But we do want to hear from you guys. And look, one of the things that I did, I won't say that I did this for the first time because I have gone through Trader Vic's before on Tiki Night to go on my way to a panel and stuff. This is the first time I've actually stopped and had a drink with people. So I guess you could say this is the first time I experienced the Tiki Night at Trader Vic's on Thursday. But I expected to have, to see Jen and Channing and have a great time. What I didn't expect was the amount of love that we got from so many viewers and so many listeners.
Yes.
And that was incredible. And throughout the weekend, heard from so many people that appreciate what we do. And if I could just take a moment and say thank you, because this is why we do it. We love doing this show, and we love it so much that we hope that somebody gets something out of it.
Yes.
And the fact that you guys are letting us know that you do get something out of it. People are listening to us on the way to con. People are listening to us in line at con. Which, by the way, registration line looked seriously longer than I've ever seen it in years. I mean, it was wrapped, I think, almost twice around the Sheridan, went almost, I think, down the street, across a couple blocks, almost went as far, I think, to the Hilton on Thursday when I went by there. That was insane. If people were, I thought those days were over of the long registration line for that.
Not when everybody goes at the same time.
Yeah, I think that's the problem. I think they just got overwhelmed.
My understanding is it moved so that people weren't waiting for 4 or 5 hours like we used to do back in the Stone Age when I first started going to Dragon Con.
Before times.
But no, I just wanted to give a thanks to everybody who reached out to us that Dragon Con weekend, and who continues to reach out to us. As I mentioned during every time I see somebody who, hopefully everybody got their ribbons. Every time I see somebody, I always say, like, let us know what you want us to talk about, because we always find new stuff to talk about, and we love finding new stuff.
And that's why we're covering the cults next month, because it was submitted by listeners like you.
Yes,
absolutely.
Give us ideas.
And I appreciate so much everybody who's listening, everybody who's watching, and of course the two co-hosts here, because this is a fun podcast and fun vidcast to do, and it's because of these two folks. So thank you, Channing, for everything that you do, for not only during Dragon Con, but of course through the whole season and the duration of the show. So appreciate you, sir.
Thank you. As always, I say thank you for keeping me around. And big thank you to the fans. I had so many people come up to me and recognize me by my voice. It was a little bit scary. I think my wife was ready to fight, because one woman came up to me and said, "I recognize your voice anywhere." Like, oh, this might get me in trouble. Now, I will say I'm getting tired of people confusing me with the mongoose. That's a whole different guy. He's got way more muscles than all that I do. But
I think Jen and I can attest to that. We can. Yeah. He's much bigger.
Yeah. But no,
he drinks more than you two.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm a lightweight. Mongoose. Yeah. He knocks him back, man. But no, this is a lot of fun. I enjoy doing it. Dragon Con is probably a bit too much of my personality at this point in my life, but I don't care. I'm okay with it. And thank you for listening. Thank you guys for keeping me around. You can find me online at Channing Sherman on Blue Sky, TikTok, and Instagram. And as always, look up my group, Black Geeks of Dragon Con. We are posting photos from our photo shoot. So if you like what's behind me and want to see more, look for us on Facebook and Instagram and all the others at Black Geeks of Dragon Con. It is not a protest, it's a party.
Awesome. And Jen, thank you not only for working your magic on both sides of the webcam and microphone and production, but also for taking this incredible photo on Wednesday night that has gotten us, I think, more attention on Instagram and social media than anything else we've ever posted.
Okay, it's not my photo. I've said this already. We actually, none of us know who it came from.
Okay.
I got it from Ming. And then somebody else shared it, and then Ming told me he got it from somewhere else, but he has no idea where it came from. But between me and him, people kept sharing it from our pages. So we joked and said we're now famous. But we don't know who took this photo.
Yes, if you took this photo, or you know who did take out this photo, let us know, because we would like to credit. Okay.
But yeah, it's been shared by hundreds, if not thousands, of people. But always a blast being here with you guys every month. Always a blast being at DragonCon. We'll be back next month on October 20th, because we're starting to get a bit organized and can tell you stuff ahead of time. You can find me online at Lil Bit Odd. It's on the screen there, but LILBITODD. On, what am I on? It's Instagram and on Blue Sky, and on Discord. I think it's my username on Discord as well. And you can occasionally find me in the DragonCon parties, meetups, and more groups, though usually my bouncers are the ones who are more involved there. I usually just do the lists, unless I'm con mom. I'll talk about that more on another show, because the thing that we don't talk about actually did happen in a few different instances, but we'll cover that later.
We'll cover that later. So
yeah,
teaser for future episodes.
Yeah.
Excellently done. And you can find me on all social media. You can pull up newlegendmike.com. That'll be my link tree, and it'll send you to all my social media places that you can find me, as well as a link to Dragon Tales, which sold really well this past weekend. So thanks everybody for your support with that project. And you can still get copies of that available in softcover and hardcover at Amazon. So we appreciate you very much. We try to cover all we can with these shows, but to keep up with the latest news, please check out the official DragonCon website, all their social media outlets, and all the fan tracks are active on Facebook groups and various social media as well. Most of them are asking for thoughts about what you liked and what you didn't like this year. So it's never too late, never too early to get involved with the tracks. So even if you're not a volunteer for those tracks, you can still provide your input. And we are a proud member of the ESO Network. On the esonetwork.com page, there's a direct link to our TeePublic store filled with all kinds of cool swag with our logo, our cool logo on it as well. The ESO Network also has a Patreon page, and thank you, patrons, for all your support. We do love you throughout the year. Thank you so much. Whether you're watching or listening to us, please help support our show with a like, subscribe, and a share. If you would like to leave us direct feedback, please feel free to email us at feedback@dragonconreport.com. Thanks for everyone for joining us. I'm your host, Mike Gordon, and as always, it has been my pleasure. Take care, stay safe, and we will see you next month.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the DragonCon Report. Whether you're a longtime fan or joined us for the first time, we hope you've gained some valuable insights and tips to make your DragonCon experience unforgettable. Don't forget to stay connected for more updates and future episodes. Until next time, keep learning, keep planning, and keep the con spirit alive.
This has been a broadcast of the ESO Network. Be part of the crew and help support our shows by donating to our ESO Patreon or by shopping at the TeePublic store, which can all be found at www.esonetwork.com. The ESO Network, your station for all things geek.